Now, as I mentioned in the last video, there are some steps to this project that have been demonstrated in the past on other projects and other videos. Like this sewing together of the underside here is something that I did in between recordings while the previous one uploaded, and this is just something where I've already kind of made this line here, this little stitch at the back, and this stitch here on the nose along here, where I'm going to kind of go a little bit further ways along and try to, put a little bit more stitchery along here and into this to kind of make it so it's going to come out with a little bit of ways to deal with how the little character shall come right on its way out and come and do and say and make. And I say that this is just what it's going to be like when we get all this done. And so I say probably got little other tiny little steps to take here, and kind of got to work in with what we have and where we can take everything to this point where a little stitchery, and well, it looped around another place in the fabric, so gotta rescue it out of there, and then kinda make the little lines come on, so we kinda put the little raccoon in the place where, as we've demonstrated here, we've kind of taken another tab from the other corner here and gone, after we kind of gone down to the bottom of the nose, kind of taken along this next little corner and kind of put in another little stitch there to kind of work it out a little bit further along. I say there's little tiny steps we're going to take here to make it turn out just right, and I say that these are going to be little difficult steps, but they're kind of making it so we can manage it well. I've had my practice at this, so I've been able to learn how to manage these steps, and then we come along here where we finally get to another part of the face, the part where the side of the face here comes along and makes it so we see the little character of a thing writing its way out. And I say that this is just where we're working along and how we just get into it to make it see the rest of the way it comes. And this is a place where we come along the side of the face and line up the side of the mask with the muzzle here, and then kind of make it along where we're gonna stitch it away. This is just kind of some work that demonstrates a little work to us, seeing little light of day coming through, brightening us, and oh, I say little joys of work to kind of be fulfilled with. I say, oh, little time in life, and oh, things I say that this is just working too. And then we just kind of put in another place where we come along an extra way and make it so it's going to have a little bright character of hope in us to join us each day. We rest and pray, and oh, I tell y'all that it's time to come to the other side of the face and the underside to kind of put in a little extra other stitch or two. Do think it's probably going to be that the piece of thread may not be long enough to go the whole way, so that will be debatable in the long run. And just to say that this is just one thing of little tiny ways that we do, I say, make it so the tabs match up. They're going to match up when we get done with it. Make it to where we shall see the bright, shiny, good little light of day to come, and see how little raccoons shall just be a little light to abide in our very soul. There's other little steps we shall take along the way. Get it so it can get a little further along. Make it so we're going to see little ways that this may not come out even the first time, but just work a little ways about it to see how it's going to do. And then just kind of put another little thread through and kind of work its way out to the little piece of fabric and come along. I say, put the little strand in, find it out with all the little thoughts and people and wishes, and I say that this is just what we all have. And see, it comes down to this, and we're just putting every stitch and row in place, and how we come along, it has yet to be seen. I'd say we've probably done something here. We've kind of probably, I'd say, made a place or two where it didn't turn out as good as it could have, but I'd say, sometimes it kind of has to be to our satisfaction that we do the best we can. And for a little piece of other thread, I would say that there's just one more way to get a little work done along, I say, and whatever I did with that spool, I don't know. Don't know what I did with that spool, for that matter. Oh, it's over here. And kind of got a little place where we get another thread to tie on, and there's one more part of the face that needs to be worked on a little bit, and we will be able to take care of that right away. And oh, I see. It's just sometimes when you think you kind of got it about halfway through on the nose, you didn't really. So kind of has it where kind of just splits right in half and does little strange, little bizarre ways of things. And I say is for this little raccoon, it comes and will have a little bit of time to make a little ways to us. I'd say there was some places in the stitching where some things probably came a little too close together on the face, but we came back, take care of those little things just to kind of see how little buddies will do when we work into their hearts and minds and into their little projects of life. And it's kind of like how it was, one time years ago when we were kids on the way home from church, and my mom was out there driving, and Raccoon little across the road, she had little babies with her. And then I tell you, she kind of braked real hard just to kind of let the mother raccoon by. And when she passed by and she saw the babies on the other side, she said to her, "And you get back to those babies." So it's just kind of the things where we look out to see that sometimes animals are taken care of just like people are, because it's a common thing in life for creatures to kind of be in need of things just like people can. And just like how it was whenever I volunteered at a wildlife center, for example, they had all those baby raccoons they'd let you feed. Thankfully, I didn't have to do that. It kind of came down to just being a lot of work for me, and so I just kind of took care of and did a lot of other things instead. So that was just what always helped me in the long run to manage stuff a little better and take care of things a little more in a way that could be easy enough for me to do. So I come along now to say that this is a place where we are stitching along and got down to where we finally are going to cross that little place we did, and then I say probably overdid things a little. So come to this point, we get this much done, and I say it's going to be a little thing where when it comes down to this little nose here, you say, you see, you know, I say that this is just the work itself binding us up to see a little ways of character and things. And so I say this is just the little place where we probably got the nose a little uneven with the center of the fabric, but that be something we can always go back at another moment and retake care of. So I'd say that we've probably ended this video for today. Probably shared all I needed to share, and maybe one day when we get a whole raccoon sewn up, we might even get around to just maybe demonstrating how we paint the stripes on the tail. So thank you all for watching again, and take care.